Live from beautiful Coors Field here in Denver, Colorado. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Colorado Rockies.
And now, please welcome.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
Colorado Rockies.
Today's starter for Colorado, Michael Lorenzen. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Shohei Ohtani, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. The 1-1. And a foul ball.
Ball, that's outside.
Here's a 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. Goes down looking. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
Ball, that pitch is out.
The 1-0.
Ball, that's inside.
Lorenzen goes 6'1", 215 pounds, a former first-round pick back in 2013.
Ball.
And another ball. That one fouled off. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
2 down, bases empty. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes hitting the air out towards left center field. Pretty well struck. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And that'll do it. We're midway in inning number 1. No score. Back here in Denver, and taking the ball for the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Well, Boog, expect to see the ball in play with this guy on the mound. He's not exactly a big strikeout guy, so that means the defense will need to stay sharp. He's looking for soft contact, so communication is going to be key in this one.
Edouard Julien digging in for the Rockies.
Ball one.
Ball to strike.
That's a ball.
Swings through that one for strike 2. This one in the air center field. Pajes gets under it. And there's one down. Time to check out the Rockies lineup. Their opponent on the mound today does run into some trouble finding the strike zone at times. So Singy, I got to figure part of the plan, be patient, be selective today.
Yeah, knowing his history, you just don't help him out. You got to wait for a pitch that you like and that you can drive. Build traffic on the base paths and aim to reach those bullpen arms.
Tyler Freeman batting with one down takes a strike. Sasaki, he isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable, he just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. Now the 0-1. Bloop behind second. He hauls it in, 2 away.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings.
Here's Colorado's DH. That one's in there. 0-1.
But for the most part, with that kind of stuff, you expect him to get to the middle of the ball game.
What does he need to do in order to get deeper into the game?
Well, I'd say it's command of the secondary pitches, because when you're talking about turning over the order a second and third time and hitters are getting looks, you've got to be able to put a wrinkle on something, change speeds, and locate it enough so that they offer at it.
2 down, nobody on. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider.
Ultimately, you want them to swing and chase a pitch that teases the zone and ends outside the zone. But so far, he has...
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Scoreless after 1. So now it's Freddie Freeman. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup. And I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
The 1-0.
Ball.
That's out to center field. Doyle settles under it. And there's one down.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Max
Muncy digs in. One fun note on Max Muncy in 2025, he added glasses to his equipment. Muncy, who debuted glasses on April 30th and homered in his first at-bat wearing them against Cal Quantrill. 0-1 down.
Yep, that ball went out.
Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes he might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it. And that's important because you got to make players earn it.
That one almost got him. Second inning here, no score. Fastball for a strike.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A massive home run, and the Dodgers have the lead. It's 1-0.
That fastball was out of the zone, and he still drove it out. Those swings leave pitchers scratching their heads. At this level, you got to be good. Sometimes you got to be a little lucky. That was a pretty nasty pitch. Sinker on the outside corner, but he did a great job of covering it, and he hit the ball out of the park.
One down. Will Smith to the plate. Jackknifes out of the way.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting seventh, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
Aye!
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
Nope, outside.
Smith over at first with one away. Next
Ball.
pitch misses. It's 2-2. This one in the air right field. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again. The 2-2. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 2-2 now. And there's
Ball
a ball.
three.
So a
That
walk
pitch is in.
puts
Ball
runners
four.
at first and second.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
First and second, one out. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Almost got him. Traffic on the bases with one already in here at the top of the second. That's in there, and the count is 1-1.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
That
Ball,
misses
that's out.
the zone, and it's 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That catches the corner. Runners at first and second with one gone. Outside
ball
low.
three.
Full count now. Fights it off. You'll see another. And a payoff pitch. High fly ball right field. Freeman settles underneath it. That's out number 2.
Batting ninth, second baseman, Alex Freeland.
2 outs, runners at first and second. And now Alex Freeland. In the air, right field. Freeman under this one. And that's the 3rd out. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now 1-0. This is NL West action on MLB The Show. Back here at Coors Field, here's the Rockies cleanup hitter, Hunter Goodman.
Hunter Goodman.
Swinging a foul out of play. Fouled off. He was late. Oh, 0-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. And the tying run is on base.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Now the left fielder, Mickey Moniak. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Hey! And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that's a foul ball.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe.
Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
One out man at first. Ezekiel Tovar getting ready to hit. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late. Here goes the runner. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. 2 away now.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
Troy Johnston digging in for the Rockies. Foul ball there. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And the 0-2.
Ball, that's out.
Goodman, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Ball, down.
That's one misses. And now 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Payoff pitch. Swing and a high fly ball left field. That is the inning. The Rockies strand 1. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Top half of the third inning. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani. Hey! Here's the 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Now one away.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. That when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. And the 1-0. Foul ball. Here's a 1-1. And a big swing and a miss. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And they'll do it again. One, two now. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Pajes takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
No,
he's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Swings and misses. And he strikes out the side in the third. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Rockies nothing. Back here in Denver, set for the bottom of the third, Kyle Carros digging in for the Rockies. And there's a foul ball. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
The 0-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Gets a piece and stays alive. To the right side. Freeman takes it to the bag. One gone, bottom of the third inning.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Brenton Doyle.
Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle.
Ball in.
Doyle wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. And another ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
And that's outside of his ball 4, and he's on base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Edouard Julien digging in for the Rockies. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Here comes the 0-1. That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
The 0-2. Now there's a bullet down the line. And it one-hops the wall. Headed for the plate. Cut off, throw to second.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Here's Tyler Freeman to hit. 0 for 1 so far.
Ball 1.
One out and a runner at second here in the last half of the third.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Can't get to it, and this should score the run. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead. The relay to third, in there safely.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
One down, runner at third. Next for the Rockies is the DH. His first at bat was a strikeout. No question about this one. It's out of here. He hammers one out to center, and they add to their lead. It's 4-1. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. There he got a splitter that he was able to handle, allowed that pitch to travel a little bit deeper, and when it was time to commit, his hands exploded through the zone.
Here's the catcher, Hunter Goodman. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And it's fouled away.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. Swings through it for the K. That K is his third of the game.
You know, Boog, you often think of sliders more for that horizontal movement, but most of the good ones have both vertical depth and that horizontal movement, and that's what we saw right there. Good drop on the break and got him to swing over the top.
Moniak,
Ball, that's
the next
missed
to
out.
hit, takes outside. Hammered down the right side, but foul. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Here's a 1-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. 3 innings complete. It's the Rockies 4 and the Dodgers 1. This is NL West action on MLB The Show. Back here at Coors Field, out of the 4th, Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. 1 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman, Max Muncy.
Here comes that funky Muncy to the plate. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at-bat. And he pumps it a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That one finds the corner, and the count is 0-2. Ball 1 there. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. 2 outs, bases empty. Next to hit, Will Smith. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. And that is out of play.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
And the 0-1. Way out front for strike 2.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
This one in the air, center field. And that is that. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and they trail it 4-1. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now it's the shortstop, Ezequiel Tovar.
Ezequiel Tovar.
Swinging a foul straight back.
Well, these Rockies showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
1 down.
It's been tough fooling these guys, and those chase rate numbers back it up. They've been really smart at the plate, and that's one of the best ways to frustrate a pitcher because nothing seems to come easy.
Makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
So up next, Kyle Karros. Grounded out his first time. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Karros goes 6 feet 5 inches, 23 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2023. 2 down, nobody on. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. And that is that. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies, but they lead it 4-1. Back here in
Leading
Denver,
off for the
new inning
Dodgers,
getting started.
right fielder,
Teoscar Hernandez
Hernandez
steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these
Ball
Dodgers need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
The 1-0. There's the strike at the knees. This one smoked on its way out of here. A solo shot, and they inch closer. It's 4-2.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Flied to right his first time. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Strike two.
O2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
And now it's 1-2.
Ball. That's inside.
Swing and a miss. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So digging in, Alex Freeland. Flied to right his first time.
Outside. That's a ball. No, that's low. Yeah.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. And that one missing low. And there's ball four.
That's out. Ball four.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
The designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Here's Shohei Ohtani, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Well, strike one is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Freeland at first, one gone. And foul ball. Now there's a bullet down the line. And that's a fair ball. Freeland around second, headed for third. That gets by him.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Michael Lorenzen gives way. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching.
New pitcher in the game for the Rockies, Juan Mejia.
And a tall task ahead of him right here with 2 runners in scoring position and multiple outs to get. He's going to be pitching for strikeouts here, no question.
And now a very big at bat for Kyle Tucker. Golden opportunity right here.
Nope. That's inside.
Second and third, one away. And we're at the top of the 5th. The 1-1. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Now he's challenging a called strike. So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. 1 down, runners at second and third. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That was foul, and he'll see another.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Stays alive.
Threw open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Well, you got to be pretty quick with the bat speed these days. So many guys throwing in the upper 90s, and you see the velocity on that one. Just tough to catch up to. I mean, guys are coming in, and they're going max effort. They're not looking to go a long distance. They want to get as many strikeouts as they possibly can.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A 3-run dinger. It's their second home run of the inning, and they've rallied from 3 back. It's 5-4.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
So 2 down. Freddie Freeman digs in now. There's the strike. Oh, 1 now. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. This one smacked out to left center. And a base hit right there. And now a 2-out opportunity for Max Muncy. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So runner at second, 2 down. Here's Max Muncy. He's already homered in this game. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Man on second, 2 down. And a foul ball.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Got got him swinging for the strikeout. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 5-4 ball game. This is NL West action on MLB The Show.
Now pitching for the
Back
Dodgers.
now to start the bottom of the
Number
5th and
60,
taking over on the mound, Edgardo Henriquez.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Doyle, the
Inside
leadoff
ball.
batter, as he looks at ball 1. And that's downstairs. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
This one in the air. Freeland should have this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Rockies, second baseman, Edouard Julien.
Edouard Julien digging in for the Rockies. Sliced hard but foul. Here's your 1. Just missed. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Lake Trinan, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Dreyer getting cranked up as well. That one fouled off. The Rockies down by a run. Last half of inning number 5.
Ball 2.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That's ball
Just
3.
missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him looking for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball. And it's going to stay a strike. Still 1 challenge left for them. At the plate, Tyler Freeman. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Rockies are down quietly. Still down a run. It's 5-4. Back here at Coors Field. Close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Stepping in,
Leading
Will
off for
Smith.
The Dodgers catcher, Will Smith.
Let's go, Rockies!
Let's go, Rockies! Nope.
That one finds the corner, and it's 1-1. And he'll challenge that called strike. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep their remaining challenge. That misses.
Ball 3.
And now 3-0. Right through there for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
3-1 now. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. He's already homered here in this one.
That's a ball.
There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. Out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 7-4. That one just sounded different.
And it might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
Another look at one of the most impressive home runs you'll ever see, as StatCast gives us the full picture.
Yeah, projected more than 480 feet on its way over the fence, and I don't think we could watch this replay enough, Boog. I mean, just incredible. That was a swing that we're not going to soon forget.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Juan Mejia will depart. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching.
Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Zach Agnos.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And next for L.A., Hesung Kim.
Ball.
That
Ball
misses.
2.
2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike, 95 of that one. Oh, and he hit him.
I got him.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Man at first. Now it's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. He's 0 for 1.
Nope.
The Rockies
That's
have
inside.
some action in the pen. Brennan Bernardino, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Herget also getting ready. The 1-0. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame, and we're the top half of the 6th. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And ring him off, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Now it's the DH, Shohei Ohtani. 1 for 3.
In an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Ball 1.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Man at first, 1 away. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Kyle Tucker will hit next. 0 for 3 in this one. And the 1-0. Popped in the air, left field. And that is that. Dodgers claw back a bit with this homer. It's now 7-4. Bottom of the 6th, digging in, number 7.
Designated hitter, TJ
Movement in the bullpen. Alex Vesia, the lefty with big swing and miss stuff, is getting ready. Klein getting loose as well. The 1-0. And a foul ball. Here's a 1-1.
Ball inside.
That one ripped, but foul. The 2-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
That one missed. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at bat alone. Really making him work out there.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at bat like that one. Here's the power hitting catcher, Hunter Goodman. 1 for 2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's strike 1.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
The Dodgers leading by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. High fly ball, right field. Tucker under it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Rockies, left fielder, Mickey.
Next for Colorado, Mickey Moniak. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Inside, ball 1.
This guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break.
Inside,
guys
ball
like
2.
that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Now a screamer into the outfield, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing, and the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Ezekiel Tovar digging in for the Rockies.
Ball, that's in.
Moniak at second with 2 down. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2 knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Ball 2.
In the air, left field. Hernandez ranging back, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 left for Colorado, and they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. Back here in Denver, the spray chart shows us an impressive power display from this lineup. 4 homers so far.
The distance on these is what stands out to me, Boog. Every one of those home runs has gone at least 400 feet. The batter's box is a launching pad.
All right, Rockies, you got it. Go Rockies.
Aye.
That one's in there, and it's 0-2. Agnos, 25 years old, and he was a 10th round pick in 2022. That one not close. Ball 1.
Ball, that's down.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
This one chopped to first. He'll do it himself, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Up next for the Dodgers, 3rd baseman, Max Muncy.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Zach Agnos done for the night. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
Brennan Bernardino gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot. Yeah,
that's fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7.
Let's go, Brennan.
Inside, almost got him. Inside, just missed. Will Smith waiting to bat for the Dodgers.
Here we go, Brennan.
2 down, nobody on. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end. Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
On the ground. Nice grab to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Dodgers down in order. They hold a 7-4 lead.
Now pitching for the
We're
Dodgers.
back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Alex Vesia. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Leading off, Troy Johnston. The Rockies in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Swinging a foul out of play.
Well, these Rockies, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Ball. That's inside.
That one lifted to left. Hernandez has a beat on it, and there's one away.
Up next for the Rockies, third baseman.
Down to third baseman, Kyle Carroll. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. 0-1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And he'll pull into second safely.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
One out, runner at second. Brenton Doyle, the next to hit. Hard hit, but right at him in left.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up, he'll find a hole.
Edouard Julien digging in for the Rockies.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
Vesia, he's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts in a tough spot like this. That is a big-time benefit.
Now, as a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Inside, almost got him. Man at second. Tyler Freeman waiting in the on-deck circle.
If they can get him up, he'd represent the tying run, so critical pitch right here.
And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that'll bring the tying run to the plate, so all eyes on the man coming to the dish right now.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Tyler Freeman. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. That is the inning. 2 left on. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Rockies 4. This is NL West action on MLB The Show. Back here at Coors Field, ready to begin the 8th. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And there's a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
The 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
And that's going to get into the corner. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
That hits the dirt. Ball 1. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th. Inside, just missed. This one in the air. Carroll's under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop, Heston Kim.
So now with 1 away and a man at second, here's the shortstop at the plate, Heston Kim.
That's a ball. Aye. That's ball 2.
Got the bat going too soon at strike 2.
Look, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
Struck him out without a swing. That was pretty nasty.
Well, they locked him up with the cutter on the outside right there, and I got to think he was looking middle in because he just couldn't pull the trigger. And, you know, with 2 strikes, fastball coming in, you've got to be ready to swing it. That time it cut to the outside part of the plate, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
Freely in the box now. Takes strike 1.
That's a ball.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Freeman turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Rockies 4. Bottom of the 8th. Stepping in, number 7.
Designated hitter, TJ Ronfield.
Yeah!
Swing and a high fly ball to left. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Rockies, catcher,
Hunter Goodman digging in for the Rockies.
Ball 1. Hey! Ball, that's out.
Out towards left center. Pajes on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Rockies, left fielder, Mickey.
It appears Dave
Moniak.
Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Alex Vesia won't go any further tonight. And as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
New
Dodgers.
pitcher for the Dodgers,
Number
Will
61.
Klein. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Now here is Mickey Moniak. Swung on, broken back grounder to third, and that's just foul.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate, but the hands are still stinging after that one.
2 down, nobody on. That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes.
Just not taking the bait right there, but a good pitch with 2 strikes.
And down on strikes, and that will end the inning. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Rockies 4.
Now pitching.
We're
for the
back. It's the
Rockies.
top of the 9th, and there's a new
Number
pitcher on the
11,
mound, Tomoyuki Sagato.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Ohtani. 1 for 4 with a double.
Ohtani.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. Right through there for a strike. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
That's in. Ball 2.
Ground ball up the middle. Tovar tosses to first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
So up next, Kyle Tucker. 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of flyouts. Sagano,
that's outside.
he's someone that fills up the strike zone, so he doesn't give up a lot of walks, but because he's in the zone so much, a decent amount of hits occur.
Ball 2.
And he's got to get ahead early in the count and then be able to mix up his speeds, add and subtract some velocity, but command is the big key, throwing the ball where he wants to.
That missed by a lot. Ball 3. In there at the knees.
It's a good spot with the 3-0 pitch right there. You don't want to lay something in and it turns out to be a homer.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Dodgers, center fielder Andy Pajes.
And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Certainly a factor in this one thanks to his 3-run blast back in the 5th.
Well, definitely one of the most impactful swings of the game. A big reason why they're working with the lead and looking to add to it right here, Boog.
In the air, right field. Freeman settles underneath it, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. That clips the corner. Tucker leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one misses, and now it's even 1-1. Catcher challenge will take another look. So the call stands. No challenges left for them now. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Here's Tucker on his way to the plate. The relay throw. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Man, I think his legs are feeling good in this one. He really tried to stretch it there to go from first all the way to home, but he ran out of steam a little bit as he came around third. Great relay from the defense, a quick tag at the plate, and they cut down the run.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Dodgers.
back, and here comes the closer, Edwin Diaz.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Digging in,
Leading
Ezekiel
off for the
Tovar.
Rockies, the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
In the air, left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Johnston.
Next for Colorado, Troy Johnston.
Hey.
Man at second. See the velocity 97 with that fastball. Oh, 0-2 now. Set down on strikes. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. So now with one away and a man at second, Kyle Carroll's digging in for the Rockies.
Nope, that's a ball.
Pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Swing, and he popped it up. Diaz settles under this one. 2 down.
Up next for the Rockies, center fielder.
So it's their last chance in this one. Here's the center fielder, Brenton Doyle.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. You always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
That one misses. Ball 2. They're down to their final strike. Here, bottom 9, and the home team trying to rally to at least tie it up. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And a good eye there.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. Never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
This one finishes with a final of 7-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.